Iran state media is reporting the country's supreme leader has pardoned tens of thousands of prisoners, including many who were arrested during the anti-government protests. The reports say Ayatollah Ali Khamenei pardons come with some conditions and do not apply to those accused of corruption on earth. That's the capital charge that was brought against 4 protesters who were executed. The pardons also do not apply to anyone affiliated with groups hostile, according to the regime, to the Islamic Republic. Rights groups say more than 100 prisoners now face possible death sentences. Khamenei is said to have approved the pardons in honor of the anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Omid Memarian is a journalist and a senior Iran analyst with Dawn, Democracy for Arab World Now. Thank you so much for making time for us again, Omid.
Thanks for having me.
Omid, it wasn't that long ago before very reputable news agencies around the world started reporting that we are going to see the disbanding of the morality police. And it turned out that that was a false report. With that context in mind, what do you make of the fact that we're hearing about these possible pardons?
Most of the protesters, most of the people who are behind bars, they did not commit a crime in the first place. They were peacefully exercising their rights to protest. And so I think this is a political ploy. At this moment, we cannot give any credits to the Supreme Leader of Iran for pardoning thousands of prisoners. And I think the main reason is that he should be accountable for more than 500 people who lost their lives since September. He should be accountable for countless people who were injured during these protests because the security forces were ruthless and used live ammunition, used pellet bullets. Many people lost their eyes during these protests. So there is so much here that we have to understand that, this is like a very propaganda-oriented effort by the government to show a different picture of the Islamic Republic and its leader. But we all know that he was behind all these decisions to basically use force, use lethal forces on the streets and kill more than 500 people. And this pardon doesn't mean anything for people because we know at the end of the day, hundreds of activists, hundreds of journalists, lawyers, they are going to stay in prison. They are going to stay in prison. And I think in general, many people see this action by the Islamic Republic's supreme leader as just a political ploy.
Okay. Really good to get your clarity on this because it's so difficult to get accurate information out of Iran. So in that same vein, Omid, if I could get some clarity from you on this person that we're reading about today, Mir Hossein Mousavi. Now, an opposition leader, a former member of the theocratic regime, he's been a longtime prisoner, and now we're hearing that he's asking for a referendum to take place on rewriting the Constitution. Again, a lot of muddiness with this story. Explain to us who this man is and what you make of these latest reports.
He was Iran's prime minister during the war between Iran and Iraq. He was the favorite prime minister of Iran's the Islamic Republic's founder, Ayatollah Khomeini. And in 2009, he was one of the presidential candidates who said that the election was stolen from him. And, we remember the Green Movement and millions of people who went to the streets to protest the results. Since then, since 2011, he has been under house arrest, and he has been very defiant under house arrest. And so what it says to us, his letter, and basically going beyond the Islamic Republic, shows that more and more people realize that the Islamic Republic as a political project has come to an end. More and more people are leaving the Islamic Republic's camp, and it shows that how the Iran supreme leader is becoming more than ever more isolated. So I think that's a significant shift here we are seeing, and it's important, I think, particular because he's influential within some factions that are traditionally the popular base of the Islamic Republic. Now, to create cracks within that faction, could cost the regime a lot and challenge their legitimacy even more than before. But let's remember that over the past 4 months, protesters have said what Mousavi said in his letter, loud and clearly, courageously on the streets, that the Islamic Republic should go. And what Mousavi is saying here now is basically reflecting on what people have said over the past 4 months. The fact that people from the establishment are joining the people on the streets, I think it's a significant move, and it's going to give more boost to the protesters and the people who think that the Islamic Republic should go. And I think we are at the point that we will see more and more people from the establishment, join the people who think that, this is not, the Islamic Republic cannot go on like this forever.
Omid Memarian, as always, very good to get your insights, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.